This is Clari. I'm here to share my 2021 Cinemalaya Philippine Independent Film Festival reviews. The largest independent film festival in the country is back. Cinemalaya, now in its 17th year, presents its second online edition with 13 short films fighting for the famous Balanghay trophies. From August 6 to September 5, the festival will be streamed on KTX.PH. Are you worried about the prices because of all those monthly subscriptions? Don't be. The tickets are reasonably priced. The short films in competition are in bundles. Cinemalaya Shorts A and Cinemalaya Shorts B, priced at 150 pesos each. Aside from these, there are several other sections and film screenings available, as well as free ones that I am certain you have not seen yet. Also, keep in mind that the filmmakers had difficulties and restrictions due to the pandemic. It's fascinating and encouraging to see how they've managed to keep making art. So for a change of pace, support Filipino independent films. The whole list can be seen on KTX.PH, the Cultural Center of the Philippines, and Cinemalaya's social media sites. Oh, would you like a recommendation? I wrote reviews of films that resonated with me. If there is a film I wish to review in detail, I will add more links on clarisays.com. If not, you can check out my IMDb, mydramalist.com, and Letterboxd accounts for more film and series reviews. When I first viewed the trailer, two thoughts came to mind. The word disposable pops up. Second, I keep seeing the title's first four letters in bold text. Why? Because Maski Papano Ay Mask Go On is the narrative of a discarded face mask who transforms into a humanoid and embarks on a quest to find its prior owner. Maski Papano Ay Mask Go On by Cheta Guiamon and Glenn Barry. After getting disposed of, a face mask starts to turn into a humanoid figure. It searches for its previous owner but finds him already with a new and better face mask. It gets heartbroken, then wanders around different places in Manila, and eventually finds another similar-looking face mask figure. This short film reminded me of what happened in March 2020. Do you still recall those moments when the President of the Philippines announced the community quarantine? Where and what were you doing before and after the announcement? I know everyone was panicking and buying everything they need, one of which are face masks. I did the same but opted for the ones you can wash and reuse for some time. I felt frontliners need those specific face masks the most. It would be a waste for a regular citizen like me to use them. Now going back to the short film. I believe Cheta Guiamon and Glenn Barrett's Maski Papano Ay Mask Go On successfully captured people's journey. Their comedic approach evoked pleasant memories. Yes, I am aware that the virus, the government, especially the unemployment caused by the pandemic, brings distress to people. At some point, you must have felt powerless. Look at the bright side. The community quarantine gave people time to rediscover themselves. Yes, you are not alone. It led to people learning new skills, acquiring a new hobby, or gaining confidence to push their dreams. And that, my friend, is what the I Mask Go On means. Maski Papano, or somehow I must go on and continue living. So do not break down easily. There is comfort knowing that there are also other people out there who also try hard to get by. In the end, I did not find myself. We found ourselves. We are disposable, but non-degradable. Maski Papano Ay Mask Go On by Cheta Guiamon and Glenn Barry. 10/10. A montage was playing on the screen before the Cinemalaya online press conference began. There was one shot that I could not forget. A man stood in the inner core with a desert on the outer core, a field in the mantle, and a blue sky on the crust in a 360-degree video captured. Ang Sadit na Planeta, The Little Planet by Arjun Mar H. Rebeta. Awakened by a mysterious voice, Arjun finds himself alone on a small planet called Planet I. Soon he finds himself exploring the little planet for 40 days. The 360-degree video in Untitled na Planeta, The Little Planet, immediately drew my attention. I'm aware that this type of shot can cause some people to become disoriented, but it's all about the execution. Technically, Arjun Mar H. Rebeta's Untitled na Planeta never made me feel dizzy. Rebeta, the director, chose the ideal place and time to film. He, together with his wife and dog, shoot in a deserted location. The camera only captured essential elements, so there were no distractions within the frame. Now for the day and night scenes. The lighting was not compromised because the filming took place at the right moment. And most importantly, director Rebeta used the proper technique to immerse his viewers in his world. In the end, he was able to deliver his message loud and clear. According to Untitled na Planeta, The Little Planet, the pandemic made our planet smaller and our concerns more serious. So get rid of the monotony. Instead, take a step and keep moving forward. Only then will you be able to overcome your worries, solve your issues, and build the planet that you want to inhabit. The world does not revolve around you. You are the one spinning the planet. This planet is useless without you. Untitled na Planeta, The Little Planet by Arjun Mar H. Rebeta, 10/10. Tomorrow we will be gone. Always remember our advices because it is our wealth that you will inherit. It's a lyric from a song that a grandma sings to her baby grandson as she lulls him to sleep. As someone who grew up with their grandparents, I can attest to the fact that individuals lacking lolo and lola are loved and protected. Even though it's not Christmas, they adhere to traditional Filipino beliefs and rituals such as mano po. They also utilize po or opo in almost every sentence. What I mean is, those who grew up with their grandparents take their teachings to heart. Namnama and Lolang, Grandmother's Hope by Jonilyn Tasala. Entirely shot using a mobile phone, the film depicts life during the quarantine. It focuses on the story of Lolang Kayag, who lives in isolation with her baby grandson Eli, as she was left to take care of him during the lockdown period. Despite the difficulties faced in this trying time, she tries her best to be hopeful for her grandson. Our world was turned upside down by the pandemic. The situation was agonizing and stressful, putting our mental health at risk. However, some infants did not have the opportunity to fully appreciate the beauty of life prior to and during the global health crisis. Even if kids are unaware of the current situation of the world, it would be unjust if they did not grow up in a world free of pandemics. And that is Namnama and Lolang, or grandmother's hope for her baby grandson Eli. She also wishes for Eli to grow up to be like his father. That is why she gives it her all. It's also sweet how she would show Eli photo albums and tell the stories behind each photo. We had no idea there was a twist in every word she said. I won't give anything away, but be ready. In addition, I like how Namnama and Lolang, Grandmother's Hope, depicted our favorite Lola. Grandmothers play an important role in linking grandchildren to their cultural background and family history. Even through a cell phone, our main character's love and devotion for Eli flow through. As of September 2020, at least 7,000 health workers have died around the world due to COVID-19. Namnama and Lolang, Grandmother's Hope by Jonilyn P. Dasala, 10/10. Since the beginning of the pandemic, two magnificent words have come to mind: courage and encouragement. Why? Filipinos braved the new norm and risked their lives, for their families as well as strangers. Speaking of strangers, Filipinos, like bloggers, YouTubers, and other digital content creators, encouraged and supported small businesses. However, these are only based on what I witnessed and experienced directly. Following my viewing of Kevin J. Aison and Mark Moneda's documentary, I was impressed by the film's boundless passion. Ang mga nawalang pag-asa at panlasa, The Lost Hopes and Flavors, by Kevin J. Aison and Mark Moneda. Micro-food establishments have been gravely affected by the pandemic. The film features the struggles faced by Ilocano food entrepreneurs and how they slowly rise amidst the challenges of this health crisis. I never considered what was going on beyond my bubble because I live in the metro. The lost hopes and flavors showed me what I had been missing. Yes, a number of businesses in the metro have closed. And with the unemployment rate, people gathered the courage to start a business. As a blogger, I did my part to support my locale. That is why I am pleased that others supported their locale as well. The Sabaw Hunters Ilocos Gang, for example, was featured in the documentary by Kevin J. Aison and Mark Moneda. Because not everyone is given a chance to promote their own business. We ourselves are the ones who are helping them to promote their own. Marcus Monroy, Sabaw Hunters Ilocos. It's very inspiring how one simple gesture may help others. Because to be honest, it's not just a food business. It's part of our culture. I'm Ilocano and I'm well aware of how tasty and distinct our flavors are. I wish to keep our history, traditions, and culture alive. That is why I highly recommend this entry. The documentary Ang Mga Nawalang Pag-asa at Panlasa, The Lost Hopes and Flavors, tells us to do what we can. If we do not act now, we shall lose the essence of what it is to be a Filipino, leaving a sour taste in our mouths. Ang Mga Nawalang Pag-asa at Panlasa, The Lost Hopes and Flavors by Kevin J. Aison and Mark Moneda. 10/10. I shouldn't have stolen things. I should have listened to my father. Everyone makes mistakes. What's important is that we learn. Kawatan sa Salog, A Toy in the River by Alfie Velasco. Santi, an ill-behaved child, steals a dinosaur toy which makes his father mad. After he runs away from home, Santi accidentally drowns in the river but wakes up in a mysterious island where odd traditions are meant to be followed. He is then sentenced to clean the shore full of trash as punishment for stealing the Revenant's sacred boat. Luckily, an old woman helps him and they form a strong bond. But after helping the old woman achieve her peace, the Revenant finally allows him to leave their sanctuary. He returns home, but his father is nowhere to be found. Instead, he finds the dinosaur toy floating on the river. A selfish boy drowns and finds himself on a mysterious island. Along with his lost soul is the regret he feels for not listening to his father. Kawatan sa Salog, A Toy in the River is full of life lessons presented through beautiful visuals. The film's locations and color palette create the right atmosphere. It was enigmatic and I had the sensation that life had come to a halt. When Santi and the grandma were collecting rubbish washed up on the shore, the camera movement was a lovely touch. It made me feel like I was watching them from the water. In terms of plot, I like the idea of lost souls washing up on a mysterious island, with all the strange rituals and punishments that come with it. But I felt something was lacking after Santi helped the elderly woman attain peace, which is, by the way, my favorite scene, and was permitted to leave the island. What exactly is missing? I'm not sure. But I do know that Kyle Kaiser, who portrayed Santi, and veteran Lou Manansala, who played the grandmother, did an excellent job. Kawatan sa Salog, A Toy in the River by Alfie Velasco, 7/10. At the age of 22, Remedios Gomez became the commander of a squadron of 200 men. Her younger brother Oscar became the vice commander. She was known for putting on a dress, doing her nails, and applying red lipstick right before each battle. She was an admired and infamous commander of the Hukbalahap, one of the most successful resistance armies in Asia during World War II. Later in life, she lobbied for military pensions for war veterans, and in 2014, she died at the age of 95. Based on the book Commander Liwayway. Women empowerment, Yes, Beauty Queen is the epitome of female empowerment while touching genuine camaraderie. Beauty Queen by Myra Aquino. If you want to know more about Remedios Gomez Paraiso, also known as Commander Liwayway, the red lipstick-wearing warrior, Beauty Queen gives you a glimpse. But I suggest setting that aside for a while and enjoy Myra Aquino's film. Beauty Queen is Director Aquino's thesis project, and an ode to her Filipino heritage. It shows the struggles Remedios has endured during her father's death and a very different life from the one she is accustomed to. Yet, she overcame the obstacles and found what she can do. Karina Feby Agustin's performance as she transitions from a beauty queen to a red lipstick-wearing warrior was a sight to behold. It was emotional and uplifting at the same time. People could learn a lot from Commander Liwayway. So take this movie as an inspiration and sign to rise. Make your voice heard. Beauty Queen by Myra Aquino, 10/10. Did you know, Miss L? This is a tasteful homage to the great works of Nobuyoshi Araki. Direk is such a visionary. After watching Enrico Po's Out of Body, I was left with a strange and uncomfortable sensation. Out of Body by Enrico Po. Elle, a young model new to the industry, arrives to the set of her first commercial job to discover that the initial idea was scrapped. A mysterious new concept has been developed, but the crew and director keep forgetting to let her know what it is. However, after an afternoon of tight costume fittings, rough prop work, and meetings with creepy producers, Elle begins to suspect something else might be afoot. Evil exists, and though people are good, they can be tainted with evil too. If you revolve your life around such a creature, then you are bound to a life of suffering. So if you do not want a life straight out of a horror movie, learn to speak your mind. Do not let things be. This is the message I received from Enrico Po's Out of Body. The message is straightforward. It is not something that people notice right away. The message is straightforward, but it is not something that people notice right away. Sometimes they do but turn a blind eye. That is why I believe the film's elements, which are full of bizarrely horrible aspects and irritating scenarios, work. Whatever the female lead did, she had no chance with the crew, management, or director, particularly the producer. This short film may not be to everyone's taste, but if you read the director's note, you'll see how it came to be. This is based on his real-life experiences and observations. There are no ghosts, zombies, or other imaginary monsters to be found here. His short film's characters are real. Out of Body by Enrico Po, 8/10. This film is the love child of my past experiences and beliefs as a young woman for the longest time. I was inspired to write this film as therapy, if you call it. A weight off my chest as I wanted to simply tell a story about what it really means to be a true woman. Hence the title, Ang Pagdadalaga ni Lola Mayumi. Ang Pagdadalaga ni Lola Mayumi by Shiri De Leon. After years of being teased as a town's old virgin, Lola Mayumi decides to hire a young callboy who never expected to have an elderly client. When the two meet, an unlikely connection forms between them. After a night of intimacy and vulnerability, Lola Mayumi and the callboy start to question their beliefs. Her belief is how she sees men is to be tested. Are they really all bad? Or are there actually good men out there? You have most likely heard someone say that being single is their choice or wanting to be together but choose not to get married. They all have valid reasons, which I believe should be respected. Ang Pagdadalaga ni Lola Mayumi, directed by Shiri De Leon, is a wonderful example. Lola Mayumi, played by veteran actress Ruby Ruiz, has her reasons for staying untouched. But her friend continues to tease her about it, oblivious to Lola Mayumi's feelings. That is, after all, how society is. Noisy and nosy. They enjoy sinking their teeth into anything they can get their hands on, even though they have no right to do so. At the very least, people like the callboy in this narrative exist. He did make a snap judgment at first, but he listened carefully to her reasoning. Simple. Ang Pagdadalaga ni Lola Mayumi by Shiri De Leon, 8/10. And that is it for this video or audio, depends on where you're listening. For more film and series reviews, visit clarisays.com or find me on IMDb, mydramalist.com, and Letterboxd. My username is Clari Says. Till next time!